Two houses, almost the exact same price, about $400,000. One in California, one in Texas. For that price, Texas gives you 4 bedrooms, almost 1,900 square feet, and a backyard pool. California gives you 3 bedrooms and barely 1,200. So Texas wins easy, right? Except this bigger Texas house with the pool quietly costs more than $5,000 a year more to own. And even that isn't the whole story. Welcome to the real price. The rule here is simple. Same price tag, 2 homes. But we don't stop at the house. We add up what it actually costs to live there. Taxes, insurance, schools, safety. The number Zillow never shows you. And this is a fair fight. Both are single-family houses in a suburb, a short drive from a major city. Rio Linda, just north of Sacramento. New Braunfels, a fast-growing hill country town between San Antonio and Austin. Here's the first twist. The cheaper-looking state, Texas, gives you the newer home. Built in 2020. The California house was built in 1987. Same money, 33 years apart. By the end, you'll see why the state everyone calls expensive might be the cheaper monthly check, and why the cheap one isn't cheap at all. California first. $408,000. In Rio Linda, that buys this. A single-story home, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, about 1,200 square feet. That's $342 per square foot. It's been kept up. Newer flooring, newer windows, a fireplace, a 2-car garage. Nothing fancy. An honest, lived-in 80s house. The yard is cozy, roughly 1/10 of an acre, enough for a barbecue and exactly 1 ambitious tomato plant. The listing shows about $3,400 a year in property tax. Hold that number. There's a catch most buyers miss, and we'll get to it. The local schools rate 5, 5, and 6 out of 10. Average. Keep that in mind when we land in Texas. One quiet point for California. It's genuinely walkable, with a walk score of 62. Not a city, but you're not stranded. Hold that too. So 1,200 feet, 3 bedrooms, average schools, walkable, for $408,000. Hold that picture. The same money in Texas looks completely different. $399,000, $9,000 less than California. In New Braunfels, that buys 4 bedrooms, almost 1,900 square feet, built in 2020, $208 a foot. Same money, but California costs you $342 a foot. Texas, $208. Roughly 60% more house for your dollar. Everything's newer. Open plan, kitchen island, granite, 4 bedrooms instead of 3, all on 1 level. Built 5 years ago, so no 80s surprises behind the walls. And the backyard is the headline. A screen patio, a private pool under 2 years old, and a pond view with no rear neighbor. California's tomato plant just got a swimming pool. Remember California's 5.56? Here the elementary rates 8, and the high school's 7. The middle school's a tie at 5, so Texas edges it, but it's not a blowout. So Texas is bigger, newer, 4 bedrooms, a pool, slightly better schools, and cheaper on the sticker. This should be over. It isn't, because none of that is the real price. Let's add up what you actually pay every month. Same scorecard every episode. 5 factors. The house is just the bait. This is where the truth lives. Property taxes. Sacramento County runs about 1.16%. New Braunfels? This home's tax is $7,300 a year, about 1.8%. The so-called low-tax state taxes this house far harder. Why so high? New Texas subdivisions often sit inside of mud, a special tax district that repays the developer's roads and pipes. It can add a full % for years. The no income tax headline quietly takes it back right here. Then insurance. Texas is one of the 3 most expensive states. Hail, wind, tornadoes, averaging almost $5,000 a year. California, despite the wildfire headlines, is one of the cheaper states. Call it $1,300 versus around $3,800. About schools we already know. Safety, same source, both towns. Violent crime runs about 4 per 1,000 in Rio Linda versus 2 in New Braunfels. Texas is roughly half. Property crime is a tie at 13. We keep this strictly neighborhood level. The data, nothing more. Jobs and income. The median household income is about $92,000 in Sacramento County and about $99,000 in Como County. The Texas side actually earns more. Now the thing no listing does, the real monthly check. Same loan, both homes, 20% down, 30 years. The mortgage is nearly identical, about $2,066 versus $2,017. But watch the taxes. California's listing shows $3,400. That's the previous owner's frozen Prop 13 rate. A new buyer pays closer to $4,700. Texas, $7,300 a year. Add taxes, insurance, and HOA to both. California lands around $2,570 a month. Texas, about $3,001. So the bigger, newer Texas house with the pool costs $432 more every month. Over $5,000 a year. So much for the cheap Texas reputation. So who actually wins? Score it by what matters, not by the photos. So in this matchup, these two homes, same price. Texas gives you more. More house, a pool, better schools, less crime, higher pay. This California home gives you less space, but a lower monthly check. And the factor no listing shows, income tax. California can take up to 13% of your pay. Texas takes nothing. Big salary? Texas pulls ahead. Fixed income? This California home's lower monthly wins. Same price, very different life. And it flips with every city. Which would you take? And where should I go next? Tell me below.